What's going on YouTube? Today is October 30th, 2025, 11:44 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's check the metals prices. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions. This is merely mine. We're going to talk about why I am all in, not only on just gold, silver, platinum, but 90% constitutional silver. Let's hit the refresh button. Boom. CMI metals prices. Gold, $4,009.60. Down $15.24. Ooh! Still killing it. Silver, $49.34. Down 8 cents. Woo! Still killing it. Platinum, $1,624.50. Up $12.50. Nice. Palladium, $14.94.50. Up $21.20. Nice. GSR, $81.27. Oops. Wrong button. There you have it. Okay. Why am I all in on gold and silver? First of all, and this isn't to gloat, this isn't to say, I told you so. It's in the hopes that people will look at what I've said, and there's videos, go back and look, they're all dated and time-stamped, and be like, man, this guy's right far more than he's wrong. By the way, happy Halloween, because it's going to drop on Halloween by the time I'm done shooting and uploading and all that good stuff. Be safe out there. Have a good time. You know, I don't look at Halloween as an evil or demonic holiday necessarily. I just think it's a whole lot of fun. People's creativity comes out. It's a reason to get together for social events. Show the kids a good time with trick-or-treating. It's kind of a rite of passage. So let's bring that back. Halloween has not been what it was when we were kids. And that's unfortunate because I have a lot of fond memories. Alright, moving on. So happy Halloween. It's to go back and look and be like, man, this dumb old redneck might be onto something here. So I started telling people to buy gold when it was $2,000, $2,200 an ounce, whatever it was. It was in that range. I got called nuts. I was buying ASEs I was buying them up, dude, after the premiums went sky high. Did the same thing with constitutional. Once they came back down, I started buying more and more and more of those particular items. Why? Well, gold was obvious. If you couldn't see that, oh my, the writing was on the wall. Silver went up a little bit quicker than I thought it would. I will admit, I knew it would happen someday. I thought we were a number of years, at least 3 to 5 away from seeing what we've seen. So I was a little bit wrong about that. I knew it would happen. My timing was a little off. But I got called nuts over the gold thing. I got called nuts over buying Silver Eagles when they went down to 4 or 5 above spot. Because traditionally everyone wanted the $3 premium. Well, and same thing with constitutional. It went way up, and the premiums went up, and then when they started coming back down, not to where they were originally, I started buying more and more and more. And I got called nuts for that. Well, I just looked. A lot of sites are charging an $8 premium for ASEs. So, and it's not as much as it was. At one point it was, I want to say like a $20 premium. I mean, oh man. But I knew it would happen again. And my thought has always been I can offload ASEs and get a lot more free metal just based off the premiums if I have them when that time comes. I was right. It came again. Not as much as the first time, but it came again. I was right about gold. And I don't know when, but I'll be right about this too. This stuff is unloved right now. A lot of refiners aren't buying it. Some are. A lot of shops aren't buying it. A lot are. A lot of LCSs are paying less than what they normally would. Okay. First of all, you can get 90% under spot or slightly above spot. You can get really good deals out right now because it's unloved. By the way, this has come up. The reason for my channel name, Constitutional Stacker, is because I do love constitutional silver. I love constitutional money in the form of, just 999 bullion. And I believe that if we follow the Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, we'd be far better off as a society. I'm actually a registered Constitution party. I vote based on the Constitution, and it's what I believe in. So it's a twofold channel name, by the way. I don't know how those guys knew back then about those documents when it came to money, guns, personal rights. I mean, they knew all of it. It's truly amazing. I believe they knew everything that was going to happen, how things were going to be tainted, and that's crazy. Anyway, right now this is unloved stuff. So I'm going to continue to buy it. I'm also going to buy 999. And I'm also going to start buying gold and platinum again when capital's freed up for that. And this goes in the deep stack. I'm not buying this because I think this is going to happen in a month, 2 months, 6 months. No. It might. Premiums might go back up on this stuff. Do I think the refiners and the wholesalers and the LCSs are going to not only be buying it again like normal times? Do I think some people might melt some and hold on to it and take it out of the market, and there might be a demand for it and the premiums might go up again? I absolutely do. When that's going to happen, I can't tell you. What I can tell you, again, not financial advice, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on putting just a little bit more into more constitutional, 90%, never junk, silver. I don't like to be called junk. So that when that time arrives, if need be, I can take advantage of that to some degree with some of my stack. That's my plan moving forward. Markets, by the way, hit the like, hit the subscribe, drop a comment so I know you're here. Show some love. Markets, especially metals markets, well, I guess most markets, all to a degree, they fluctuate. They go through changes, cycles. That's what we're seeing now, folks, in my opinion. And 90% is a good way to go. I wouldn't put all of my capital into 90% alone right now. I wouldn't not necessarily either. I'm going to spread it out. Liquidity is important. I have discovered most shops I deal with will buy 90%. Most shops I deal with will buy 100 ounce, will buy kilo, 10 ounce, 5 ounce, 2 ounce, 1 ounce. But I've also discovered that during times of less liquidity among shops, their favorite are either 1 ounce ASEs or just 1 ounce rounds. Not true for all shops, not true in all areas. So I think it's important to diversify in the stack. But I also believe this is a great way to go. And I will continue to put some love into 90%, into constitutional, never junk. It's not just because it's cool and historic and has a great sound to it. There are fundamental reasons to have a good fundamental stack of 90%. I once heard a guy years ago on a video say, if you don't have 100 ounces of constitutional, don't even talk to me, you're not a stacker. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, but I get what he's saying. Having at least 100 ounces, I mean, that to me, that's kind of a low ball, but at least 100 ounces of just 90%, or constitutionally, even if that includes some 40%, 90% is preferred, obviously. To me, that's a good goal. That's a good thing to shoot for. at minimum. To me, 100 ounces of anything is not enough. But that being said, that's just how I stack. And if all goes right, and if some of my trials and tribulations have slowed down, which they seem to be. I had something new come up just the other day. It's going to cost me about $600. Not a huge deal, but it's on top of a lot of other things that have been going on. If I can keep things at bay after that, my plan is to get a lot more aggressive and start stacking like a machine again. And I've also been putting money into certain stock market funds. I believe, this is my opinion, I believe that the job market sucks. I don't think we're being told the truth. I think the economy is not as good as they'd like to prop it up. Auto default and repos, auto loan default and repos are on the rise. And my opinion is that could happen with housing. When people lose jobs and they lose incomes, they can't pay their mortgage. They can't pay their auto loans. Most people are 1 to 3 paychecks away from ultimate failure, folks. Let's be honest, let's be real. And part of the money I'm putting into the market, and this might sound cold and callous, it doesn't mean I want it to happen, because I don't. But part of the money I'm putting into the market is betting on said scenario. And if that happens, I will stand to make, potentially, in theory, some healthy profits. Doesn't mean I want it. Doesn't mean I am happy about it. It just means I see a pattern. Just like I see a pattern with this stuff. And metals overall. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to have a great time on Halloween or not, whatever you celebrate or don't. But don't take that experience away from the kids. Don't be a sourpuss. Don't be a Grinch. Don't be a Halloween Grinch. And whatever you do, don't forget to show some love down below. Tell me what you all think. Tell me if I'm nuts. Tell me if I'm wrong. Even though I have the track record to prove that that's not usually the case. We can debate if you'd like. Facts are facts. And whatever you do, keep stacking.